Guys, isn't that beautiful? Now, I just finished feeding the birds. So, in today's video, I'm going to talk about chosen ones. And I would like to help you guys understand. If you're the person I'm talking about today, you're most likely a chosen one. Now, there is something you guys need to understand about chosen ones. The very first sign that you're a chosen one, first of all, is that you have stumbled upon this video. For some reason, this video has popped up on your screen and you've clicked on this video. So these are the videos only specific people will understand, they will resonate. When they see these videos, they will know what exactly is happening. So the very first sign that this video has popped up on your screen and you resonate with this kind of content is most obviously you're a chosen one. Now, if you're a chosen one, as far as you remember, earlier on in your journey, in the early days when you're young, there's been complications. Your parents have had complications with the pregnancy. So before they gave birth to you, you might have noticed that for some reason, it is most likely the pregnancy was overdue. So your mother could have carried you in your womb probably more than past 9 months. So it could have taken her almost 10 months, maybe almost a year. So you were overdue. And of course there was complications. Maybe sometimes you might have recognized that when you were born, you could have come out of your mother's womb with the feet first. I want you to listen closely, chosen ones. Your mother gave birth to you, and most likely, not all of you, but most likely, you have probably been overdue. You have been 10 months in your mother's womb, 12 months, even sometimes past a year. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys what exactly is happening behind the scenes. But first of all, I need you to understand these particular topics I'm talking about. You have even sometimes been born with the feet first. So the doctors were running around, they were struggling. Probably your parents thought they could lose you. So there was a lot of chaos in the hospital. And eventually, you were born. It could also have happened that your mother, when your mother was pregnant, before they gave birth to you, when your mother was pregnant, your mother has thought about an abortion. So your parents were thinking that, oh, maybe you are not ready for this, to have this child, you are not ready to have the baby. So your parents actually were contemplating on abortion. But for some reason, they just had you anyway. So they just went ahead and carried on with the pregnancy, and you were born. Or sometimes it could have happened that you were born prematurely. So you could have been born at 7 months, maybe 5 months, maybe 6 months. And of course, eventually, some complications developed during that pregnancy. And then you were born prematurely, so you were rushed to the incubators. You guys already know those kids that are born prematurely. Sometimes they have to put you through incubators so that you can continue growing successfully. So you were monitored at that early stage, at that tender stage, through incubators for a couple of months. It could have taken you maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months, and then eventually you were released from hospital. There is also a very big possibility that when you were born as a kid, you were young, probably your mother could have been a single mom. It could have been that pregnancy whereby she had to carry that pregnancy by herself. So maybe you were abandoned by your father. You know, as soon as your mother got pregnant, your father took off. You know what I mean? So your father took off. So your mother had to struggle with that pregnancy by herself. And then when she gave birth to you eventually, she was thinking that she could not handle this child, so she wasn't ready to have the child. So maybe she was worried about taking care of you. So your mother could have maybe sometime dropped you off at an orphanage. You guys already know these orphanages. Sometimes you see a lot of parents when they have children, when they have babies. So the parents are sometimes worried about the responsibility. So what they do now, they just take off this child and drop them off at an orphanage. So you may have found yourself at an early age. You grew up in an orphanage. So your mother abandoned you, and you had to grow up with different people around you. So there was different people that raised you as a kid. Now, when you're talking about chosen people, we're talking about those individuals that have got big purpose, a very great purpose on this planet. These are not things that you knew when you was a child, so you were not aware about this, you know what I mean? You just noticed that there were some things happening around you as a kid, or you have discovered there's many things that happened to you as a kid. Your mothers have been telling you stories that you were overdue, maybe sometime you were born prematurely, maybe sometime you were born with your feet first. Or sometimes you probably have grown up and you discovered that you do not even know your biological parents. So at a very tender age, you were dropped off at an orphanage because your parents thought they could not take care of you. So they have dropped you off at an orphanage and you've grown up with completely different strangers. Better yet, you may be an individual who was in your early ages, of course, when you were young. It has been very, very difficult for you to fit in. It has been a struggle. You have been born with some other siblings, you know, there are some other brothers of yours, some other sister of yours. And it is very, very difficult. You have tried very hard in your early ages, even sometimes throughout your entire life, to fit in. It has happened in your family whereby you guys were completely doing different things. So you felt as if you were a stranger. So you felt like you were an alien. You were an alien in your own family. Your brothers were playing hide and seek. You were in your own bedroom painting or trying to make a drawing, or you were trying to build up something with your you were trying to do a little craft in your own way in your little bedroom. So you have struggled to resonate with what other family members in your family are doing. And sometimes you feel alienated. Sometimes it could have happened also that as you were a kid in your family, you have also been a black sheep. So you may have had your parents calling you different. We don't understand why you're different. You don't want to do what other family members are doing. Your brothers are going to church. You're refusing to go to church. Or sometimes even you're forced to go to church. You have been forced even to go to church. Because you already know on a very spiritual and subconscious level, you already know that religion has nothing to do with you. So these are things you may not have seen, or you may not have been aware of at a young age. You may have grown up in a religious family, very religious people. You know what I mean? But for some reason, you have refused to comply. Religion does not resonate with you. You know what I mean? People are praying in the other bedroom. You're on the other side doing your own stuff, or sometimes you're out of the house doing your own things. You have always wanted to do things differently. So you may have been an individual who has always struggled and fought very hard for your own independence. So you may have had like a situation whereby you was thinking about leaving home at an early age. You could have maybe at the age of 10, 12, maybe 13 years, or maybe 14 years, you have been the outcast of your family. So what happens is that now, for some reason, you have disappeared. You have just packed your little bags and you've left your home. So you have spent a big chunk of your life out of your house. You have refused to stay at home. So you have gotten out of the house. Now, mostly, what happens with chosen people is that mostly they are individuals who feel that they are here for a bigger purpose. So most of the times they feel confined in a very little box, and sometimes making them very uncomfortable. So you may have struggled with your parents. You are telling your parents that you don't want to be there. You want to do different things. You want to go on and pursue your own journey. You want to go on and walk your own direction. So you may even sometime have left your own house at the age of 12, at the age of 13. You have just walked away, and you've never looked back. So you've never actually grown up fully into adulthood with your family. Now, the reason why you need to understand these chosen ones is because a lot of times you have got destiny. You have got a very big destiny awaiting you. At the end of your journey, you're going to realize, and you're going to come to that discovery and the realization of what it is you came here to do. Because you guys, you are here to make a difference. You're not here to comply. You're not here to do what everybody else is doing. You're not here to follow the masses. You're going to find sometimes you've been in schools and some kids are laughing at you. You know what I mean? Many kids are making a joke about you. They have started calling you some little bit of a pet names. You know, they have developed even sometimes pet names for you. They are thinking you're different, you're weird, you know, you're strange. Sometimes you've got very funny body features, you know, and they think that you're different from the rest. So most of the times, as a chosen one, your life usually has been a struggle. Now, what is happening is that chosen ones, I've told you guys, a lot of you guys are old souls. Now, the old souls, so those are the guys who are here to make a difference. They are here to change the entire paradigm, not only in their own families, but also to the people around them. So they are here to be, they are here for a bigger purpose, and they are here to influence the masses in a much more better way. And you're here to raise the vibration of the planet, of the masses, so to say. So you will realize as a chosen one that as soon as you get activated, because I've told you guys at some point you're gonna be activated. So most of the times you are going to go through your life learning things. So before you're activated, you're first of all going to learn a lot of things about the universe, how the universe operates. You're going to be learning things in your early ages. You're going to be put in terrible situations and circumstances. You may be struggling with family members. You may be struggling in schools. Sometimes you might even have had problems studying because you feel as if like the schools are not doing it for you. So because of that, you have also decided to drop out of the schools. You know what I mean? At some point, you are like, you're not gonna sit down in class and listen to God knows what. So you have decided to get out of schools. You have struggled with schools most of the times. Even if you have succeeded to be, you have graduated, you've carried on with your education, you have graduated, you have also got a job. But then you realize that job, it doesn't matter how much money you were offered in that job. So you may have been offered a very good amount of money, but still you recognize that that job is not filling your soul. You feel like there is a bigger picture. You're looking at the bigger picture and you're thinking that job that you have got after your school, after your education, whatever, they are giving a lot of money. You have got money for holidays. You've got money to pay your mortgages and everything. But still, at the end of the day, you recognize that you're in some kind of a box. And normally, on a very deep subconscious level, chosen people, they are people who don't want to be confined in a box. So that's the reason why sometimes you see a lot of these guys, they are doing these jobs, you know, like for example, they have their little job, a 9 to 5. You know, the job is paying them well. Sometimes they may even get a lot of money or things like that. But at the end of the day, a lot of them are unplugging out of those jobs because they think they are here to do greater things. So you're not settling for less. Now, most of the times, chosen ones, they live a very controversial life. So they live a life that is different from the rest. You know what I mean? That's the reason why from the very young age, you didn't fit in. It didn't matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen. It did not matter what you do. It has been a struggle. It has been almost very impossible to fit in. It has been very difficult to resonate with the people around you. So that is what caused you to sometimes be a loner. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might have had a group of your friends. You know, they are going to play football, or they are going to watch football, or maybe they are going to watch their favorite rugby team. They may sometimes have dragged you along with them, but on you reaching that point, you are like, you're just going to watch things from a distance. So you have been sitting at the back and watching that game from a distance. You have refused to do what the masses are doing. Now, what you need to understand, chosen ones, is because in this video is the universe is going to put you on a completely different path. So the universe will first of all prepare you. Remember, as you're growing up, as you're evolving, there are supposed to be specific lessons and specific experiences you're supposed to learn along your journey. So the universe will put you on a completely different path from the rest. And sometimes when your mission comes to you, when your path comes to you, it is sometimes going to take you by surprise. You know what I mean? You're going to feel as if you're on this path and you don't know if you're ready for this. You don't know if you want to take this journey. You cannot even believe sometimes that the universe, God has decided that you're the candidate for that particular path. You're going to realize that the path you're deciding to take, it is very, very different from the path other people around you are taking. Other people are waking up, going to their normal jobs. You're waking up, going out to do different things. And most of the times, the things you're doing, they are very, very influential. So, chosen people, you're also a very big influence to the society around you. So what you have to understand about your journey is that you have come here to see the bigger picture. And because of that, you're refusing to follow the masses. You're refusing to be a part of the masses. You know what I mean? So you're choosing completely a different direction from the people around you. And most of the times, your presence on this planet as well, it is complicated because there is forces that do not want you to be here. So that's the reason why your life is very difficult, because it is as if every single day you've been struggling to survive. That is because your path is different. And on a spiritual level, those forces have tried to struggle with you and to take you out ever since you was a kid. But it's just because the divine has got your back and your mission has got to be accomplished. So, of course, guys, in this video, let me know if you're chosen what I'm talking about in this video. And of course, you guys already know I love and appreciate your support. You can always book a session with me, guys, if you want to. You may donate and support to this channel if you want to. All the links you need are in the description section below. And until then, it's been a blessing to have you guys on board. Much love and blessings. Desmond signing out, and I'll catch you in my next one. Peace.